Welcome to BC Outdoors Sport Fishing with your host, Mike Mitchell. BC Outdoors Sport Fishing has been made possible by your Toyota BC dealers, Rapala, Harborcraft and Kingfisher, Yamaha, and the Pacific Salmon Foundation.
Oh my goodness! That is awesome. Look at that fish. Gorgeous.
There he goes.
Wow. Look at that wrist on him.
Oh, this is a Chinook.
Chrome.
Beautiful. Pull it.
Hello everybody, welcome to BC Outdoors Sport Fishing. I'm your host, Mike Mitchell. Today we're fishing with Dean Werk from Great River Fishing Adventures. Dean, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Great to have you out.
Where are we?
Well, we're going to fish today.
Yeah.
Here, we're going to fish for some giant, mighty white sturgeon on the Fraser River.
Okay.
Today we're going to do some sampling in the Lower Fraser.
Okay.
So we're typically going to target the area between Fort Langley and the Port Mann Bridge.
Awesome.
Right? Hopefully we can get a few fish today, Mike, that are virgin fish. We can plug a few into the program because you get a lot of great ocean migrating fish at this time of the year down in the Lower Fraser.
Cool. Sounds good. Should we go get some?
Why don't we go get a few fish?
All right. Sounds good. Coming up. Yeah! Nice fish.
That's a good starter fish.
Yeah, another starter. He's coming up again,
Kelly.
He's coming up again.
Oh, there you go. That's a 4.5 footer. You keep giving him stick. How's that rod feeling, Mike?
It's good.
Hey, you got some good jam on there. Looks like that's holding that fish up pretty good.
I got a little quiet here, folks, because the fish is a little bigger than we're used to catching recently. With the rainbows we've been fishing for lately.
Look at the backbone in that rod there. The way that's taken that, all that meat down there. Look at it, and you're really putting the boots to that thing, Mike.
Oh, I figure the faster in, the better we can do our stuff with them and let them go quicker, right?
Yeah, well, it is. That's the key, right? Use the proper amount of gear and the proper line weight and the proper rod so that we can, we can get these fish in, get them all processed, and get them back in the water, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Now, of course, if this was salmon fishing out in the ocean, I'd be letting them run a bit more, but these rods, look at that bend.
Yeah.
So typical setups for you guys, Dean. We're out here fishing. You guys do some different things because you're talking about some single action reels as well that you've used. And today, for today's episode, we're going to go use level lines here, but you got a single action reel setup that you use.
Yeah, we're pretty famous for the single action reels and the rods, and it sometimes can be a little bit more natural for people learning.
Yeah.
Right, because your reel is down rather than up.
Yeah. So are we going to check this one? Do you check all your fish, Dean, or are there certain sizes?
Every single one.
You do. Okay. So this is going to be interesting because we're going to do the.
It's mandatory in my company that everybody, all my guys, have to tag. You want to come to work and you want to work for our program. The bottom line is for this fishery, without doing what we've done, Mike, out here is this tagging program.
Yeah.
And now having over 90,000 fish scanned to the boat in less than 16 years. The bottom line is, without doing what we did, we wouldn't be allowed to be here fishing these fish today. Yeah. Right? They would close this fishery on us because we wouldn't have the data. I can come and grab that fish, and so that also, this fish here is also under 1.5 meters. This is a good, safe fish for us to bring in under the BC best handling practices.
Yes.
We can easily manage that fish within our cradle. And we can get our work done.
Awesome.
So that's not the biggest fish in the Fraser River, Mike. But I'll tell you what, that's another prime specimen right there. Look at that, it's just a beautiful fish. I'm gonna bring him in there.
Once we get this guy in the cradle, Dean, let's talk a little bit more about the handling practices we're talking about here, because I think that's important for people to know about that for sure. Look at that.
Nice and gentle, into the cradle. See that? That fish has got some nice water in there. Nice, beautiful fish. Watch that hook just comes, slides out just nicely like that.
Okay, clear.
So again, we're just gonna quickly just turn that fish nice and gently. We just do a little read there, and we've got ourselves another virgin.
Wow.
Check the dorsal. again, because back in 95 to 98, we were tagging fish back there. There we go. Look at that. No tag.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm going to give this fish an identity. So these, of course, are our pit tags. Right there.
Basically a little microchip.
Yeah. Just that tag just inserts into that needle just like that. Quick. And then we just come a thumb width back from the skull. So we just get them on the left side looking down. We just keep it nice and shallow in the cavity. Boom, done.
Yep. Awesome.
Okay, so maybe what we'll do is we'll get some, we got to get a tape on him quickly so we can get that as well.
Okay, we're right at his nose.
Yeah, it's 135 centimeters, so 53 inches, so 4.5 feet.
So right down. Oh,
135. And then we just go again just into those pec fins.
Yep.
And we've got a 51 centimeter girth.
Healthy fish.
Very nice. He's been eating lots. This fish is really well, and look at it, it's just perfect. So when we talk about the best handling practices of these fish, Mike, you know, we want to get them in just like we've done right now, is we want to get them into these cradles right away, keep them in that water. These fish are very resilient. They've been around for 175 million years. Okay. Right? We've had a hook and release mortality study done on sport caught white sturgeon, and we're a less than 1% mortality on sport caught sturgeon.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? So, you know, the key is get them in, use the proper tackle again that we spoke of, you know, use the right line, use a minimum of 130 pound test, braid line, right? Use a rod that can handle these fish.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And use a proper, you know, proper methodology. Get a belt on you if it's a big fish and get them up and work them hard. Yeah. It's always got to be thinking about the fish first. Yeah. Let's get that fish back into the water. Yeah. Let's see if we can catch another one. Yeah, let's just get them up and I'll help you support that fish a little bit. There we go. And get them up supported nicely.
Look at that. And the absolute power. Like this fish is just wiggling and I can feel
muscle. All muscle.
Absolutely. Look at this.
Look at that. It's my babies.
Let's let him go. Right?
Yeah, let's let him out there. Nice gentle release out the side there and away he goes.
Oh, man.
Look at that. Look at that fish swim away. How vigorous that was.
Yeah, he's healthy. Job, Dean.
Great work, buddy.
There's more BC Outdoors sport fishing right after this break. Closed captioning provided by Coast Spas, the world's best built spas. Learning with the pros, brought to you by your Toyota BC dealers.
So a few things that we probably should be talking about here is, again, the BC best handling practices and guidelines for sturgeon fishing, the do's and don'ts and things of what would help this fishery, right? First and foremost, we want to make sure that we have the right amount of tackle, you know, the right tackle, the good rods, good stiff, broad rod, probably about 8 feet long. You got to be using about a minimum of 130 pound test and a good enough reel that can handle these big fish. Second to most, we want to be able to make sure that we are using single barbless hooks on all these fish. You definitely want to be able to fish in a place where you hook a big enough fish, you can get to shore and you can tow a fish into shore safely. Any fish over 1.5 meters approximately should go to shore. We definitely want to make sure that we are not tying these fish up from the boat, noosing these fish, and towing them backwards in the river. I mean, that probably is one of the worst things that we can see out here. That's a way to drown a fish, is towing them backwards. So that's definitely a don't. Second to most is we want to make sure that when we're getting a fish up for a pitcher, it's a quick pitcher, we get them up. Even though these fish are tough and they've been around for 175 million years, we want to make sure we get them up, we get a pitcher, we get them on their way. Same as when you're taking a fish to shore. A definite thing is we don't want to see that fish are dragged up onto the sand or dragged up onto the beach. Keep your fish in the water, do your measuring, get a quick shot, suspend the fish in the water gently, get enough hands underneath the fish. That way those fish can be suspended and released safely back into the wild for someone else to have an opportunity to come and fish. So come this way, enjoy this fishery. It's an amazing fishery. For more tips like this, please visit bcoutdoorsmagazine.com.
Well, Dean.
Looks like you're hooked up again, Mike.
Another good fish. Wasn't too sure at the beginning. They're a little sleepy at the beginning, and then they come up a bit and they take off. That was a good run. That guy took off about 85 feet of line or yards of line right off the bat like that. That's awesome. We're
that's
only in.
That's a nice fish. You're really pulling on that one.
Yeah, and we're only in what, 60 feet of water, so it tells you how far he just took off. And he's back down underneath the boat here.
Wow, that's a heavy fish, Mike.
Yeah, that's got some shoulders too.
Watch that motor there. Whoa.
That's all I can do.
He's going for the anchor leg. He's pulling the boat sideways. Yeah.
What I'm blown away by is, honestly, we're Maple Ridge. I lived here for 7 years, and I knew that there was sturgeon fishing. I knew guys fished here, but I didn't realize how good the fishery can be here, Dean. This has just been amazing. This is what, number 12 on the day out of right around the same area, and none of them have been the same fish. We've scanned all the fish. They've all been new fish to the boat today. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
It's amazing.
Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, well, it's in everybody's backyards.
But I really like this other thing you're talking about too, is using these circle hooks. And the way we're setting the hooks is, I've gone out on some trips and you're reef back on, you got to set that hook hard because you got the traditional J hooks. These, all we're doing is reel down, and it's not violent, it's a reel to get it snug, and oh yeah, he's there, and pick up the rod and you're on.
And the good
That's really
thing,
cool, yeah.
Yeah,
really cool.
And I'm glad that you really like that, because it's, we went to the circle hooks because the circle hooks, they seem to be easy on the fish. I don't think that the fish feel them. There you go, look at that. That gives you
a little more comfy there. I think I might have just maybe hooked a Russian sub here. What do you think? I can't do anything. I'm just we have the drag. You've set the drag on this thing absolutely perfect. And I'm just holding on. Even if he's just over 6, what a fight. Like, yeah. That's what I'm amazed by.
If he's over 6, I'll bet you that thing's got a 40-inch girth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a heavy fish.
I'm gaining on him.
Yeah, you got him coming now. Yeah, keep him coming. Keep him coming. That's it. Lay the stick to him.
Oh, there's a bubble. Yes.
Oh, we're getting close now. When you see those bubbles, you know something's happening. Look at that rod.
No!
Oh.
I wanted to see him. That's okay. I'm going to let him go.
Oh, that line you just got in?
Gone.
Wow.
Let's see you. Come on. Let's see you. Oh, we're getting closer. 10 feet up. 10 feet down.
Close, eh?
Yeah, it's right here. Right here. Come on. Let me see you. There he is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, buddy, that's a big fish, eh?
Oh, yes. There he is.
Look at that fish.
Awesome. Awesome fish.
Hey, that's what brings people out from locally to all over the world to battle with these beautiful creatures.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Where are we going with them?
Yeah, we're going to go over here to shore over here. Nice safe spot right at the end there. We're going to slide over there and away we go.
Okay.
There's a few bad snags in here, so this is where it's critical for us to keep them in and up. I'm just about there. We're only about 50 feet or so away from the shore here, buddy.
One more look at this beautiful fish here, Dean. Look at that. Oh, healthy, strong fish. Oh, you're a good man.
Wow, another sure sign of an amazing catch and release fishery.
Yeah.
Out here on the mighty Fraser River.
Yeah, we've done the tagging, we've done all the measurements on this guy, and I think he's done his job, so we should let him go because I think there's a bigger one out there, or maybe a twin. What do you think?
I think let's get her out of there and let's get her going and swimming away.
All right, I'll grab his tail here.
There you go.
He's almost ready now. There we go. Look at that tail on that thing. There he goes. Just hold him here. Beautiful fish. You can feel the pulse there. He's going. Beautiful. Gone. Nice job.
Nice job, Mike.
That's awesome.
Excellent work.
All right, let's get the boat back in the water and go catch another fish.
Let's get it done.
Ready. Oh, that was cool.
That's a nice fish.
That was cool.
There's more BC Outdoors sport fishing right after this break. Welcome back to BC Outdoors Sport Fishing. And now, here's a look at today's tackle and gear, which is available at thefishinghole.com.
Hello folks, we're going to talk to you a little about the gear that we've been using on today's episode. These rods that we started out today were the new Sturgeon Rapala rods. They're the R-type, again, Sturgeon rods, 8-foot rods, pretty stiff and some backbone to them, so we needed them today. Paired them up with the brand new Sturgeon reels as well, and spooled up with a 130-pound Suffolk braid. Now, this is kind of where Dean brings his specialty in on the riggings coming in here, so we'll talk a bit about those, Dean.
Yeah, so what we do is we typically like to put one bead on the top so that protects your eyelet, and then we put on just a coast lock swivel here, heavy wire so that we don't break off, and we usually attach that between depending on the water location. Today we were using about 18 ounces weights, and we probably could have got away with 16. So what happens is this swivel keeps our weight away from our leader, so it's not always twisting up. And also then we just put a number of beads down. That just helps to keep that weight away. And the lower bead helps to protect your knot on the bottom above your swivel. So we use a nice swivel on the bottom, a good heavy roller ball bearing swivel. And then we move on forward to 130 to 150 pound braid line. And then we follow that up with one of the greatest things, I think, is the new advancement of the circle hooks.
Yeah, great. And of course, bait today, we're using...
Yeah, bait of choice here close to the winter time is... You know, this is all pretty much you really need in a day. There's a couple others, but look, these are just row, right? Single row bags, tie them up. And then what we've been doing today is we've been using the Sturgeon cocktail by Procure. And then that's seems to be our magic for today.
Awesome, great. And again, we're gonna follow up here quickly with a list of these items. We'll get you out there fishing with the stuff here too.
There we go. You still got him on, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
That looks like a more healthy fish, eh, buddy?
Yeah, he's coming up a bit.
He's coming up.
Oh, he decided to go down.
That seems like a heavy weight. It's just amazing, the sheer power of these fish. And you lay the boots, oh, look at him, he's going. Look at that.
We're going to be here for a while.
That's a good size one.
I have no control over this fish. Just holding on. Here he comes, here he comes. Oh,
yeah! Dude, that's a crazy fish.
Yes.
Holy.
Every time he pauses, I'm going to give a bit of a pump. I don't even have control.
People just don't realize that these fish come up, they jump. I mean, you know, these fish are touted as, you know, the freshwater marlin, Mike.
Yeah, that was
right? And that's the reason why.
So, Dean, November 1st here, we're sturgeon fishing. What else do you offer? You got a great company here. What are your seasons?
Well, our guys are still out. We've got a great team of guys, right? We've got 22 fully licensed guides.
Yep.
And our boys are still out daily, splitting the trips up between fly fishing trips.
Okay.
And, you know, sturgeon fishing trips.
Yep.
And, you know, even to teach people to fly fish, to learn the art of double hand spey casting.
Yeah, cool.
Whoa.
Good fish.
Mike, look at that thing. That's a tank, dude.
Let's get him. Oh, he was close.
Holy.
Whoa, I had him in the boat, Dean. I had him.
That was that good technique there. You were just, he was just coming through you there.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. They get up to the boat, and then all of a sudden they decide all that line that you reeled in is all going again.
Yeah, I'll take it back.
So then as soon as April starts to roll around, Mike, we start getting into that early time of that Ooligan migration for the sturgeon.
Yeah.
So we end up really firing up the sturgeon trips again then, and the fish are really super aggressive. Not like they're not today.
No, not at all.
But we've got the Pit River.
Yeah.
And then of course you can offer the, wow, look at that fish go, Mike. I'm just having a hard time here. This is just crazy.
You're talking, I'm trying to fight this thing. I'm just listening.
Oh, you got your hands full now.
I do.
Hey,
this is awesome.
You're doing a great job of fighting that fish. That's really good to see. Wow. Yeah, so once we get that into that June time and July time, we've got those great fly fishing opportunities on the Pit River.
Yep.
Right? And you know, you can fish gear and spoons and spinners on the Pit River, but that again is another pristine watershed, as you well are aware.
Oh, it's good fish, Dean.
And that watershed should be a fly-only watershed.
Yeah, I agree.
So we do that, plus we catch sockeye up there, we catch some Chinooks up there.
Yeah. All
on the double-handed rods and single-hand rods.
Yeah.
And then, of course, then the Fraser starts to really roll with the big kings and the Chinooks.
Wow. You got a funny look here. I thought I had him twice licked.
That fish is 200.
There he is. Look at that fish, Dean.
Holy mackerel. That's got to be 6'6".
Yeah.
6'4", 6'6", and what a For me, I look for amazing fish like this.
Head up, there we go, yeah.
Look at that thing, all pebbled all throughout its back.
Beautiful. So we got to take this one ashore, I would say.
Yeah, we're gonna first get him up and make sure he's nice and tired.
Yeah.
So what I want to see is, I'd like to see us get that guy to me.
Okay.
Like, you bring him to me a little bit more.
All right.
That's a great fish. So, okay, so we've got him up here now, and the good procedure on this, you know, to educate people.
Yeah.
This is a great one here for us.
Yeah.
You know, so you're gonna want to keep him up near to the top as best you can. And then we'll just slide over to the bay.
I gotta tell you, I'm beat. That was a good fight. That's why we're here. Awesome fishing.
Okay, let's get going, team. Well, there we are, Mike. We got it safely to shore here. Nice little tow job.
Yeah.
Right? So we got it into shore there, and we've got it suspended in the water here like nothing. Like, I mean, look at that fish. He came there just willingly, just swam right to shore with us, parked our boat. So let's take that rod and put it over on the beach there. Just take some line out. And then I'll get you to come and hold the fish, and we'll get that fish processed, Mike.
Sure.
Wow, that's a nice fish, man.
That's awesome.
There we go. Look at that fish.
Nice job.
Hey?
Awesome.
Wow. Okay, well, I think we should release him.
Yeah, let's let this guy go.
Look at that fish, though.
Wow.
Stunning. Oh, it's not everywhere that you get to,
to
hang on or touch a beautiful creature like this, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, for everybody, I mean, this is something that, you know, we work on a lot of projects with kids and, you know, taking kids out fishing for sturgeon and teaching them all about these beautiful dinosaurs. Look at that fish swimming away. Look at him. He wants to come. Look at that.
Showing off a little.
Yeah, a little bit of showing off stuff.
Gone.
Hey, Mike, look at this. November 1st, right? Look at the weather. You're in a t-shirt. We're fighting big fish right here, down right into Vancouver, right not far from your office.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Like, wow.
Yeah, I want to thank you, though, Dean, for having us. This has been truly an awesome experience. We learned lots of stuff. Education on this show is by far the best I've had in a long time. I appreciate you having us.
Well, that's what we're all about, right? We want to educate people, and we want to show people how you can fish these fish and that you don't have to harm these fish at all and enjoy this great fishery here, right?
No, it's been great.
Right?
I appreciate it.
From our team here at Great River Fishing, we thank you for coming out.
No problem. And thank you, folks, for joining us on another episode of BC Outdoors. We look forward to having you join us on a future episode as well.
BC Outdoor Sport Fishing has been made possible by your Toyota BC dealers. Rapala, crafted from experience. Yamaha, what kind of Yamaha are you? Harborcraft and Kingfisher, Canada's best-selling welded aluminum boats. The Pacific Salmon Foundation, bringing them back stream by stream. Freshwater Fishery Society of BC, Scotty, Lowrance, Procure, thefishandhole.com, and Coast Spas. Along with